Lisa, people still hanging out here at Lansdowne Restaurant in Bonita Springs, including David Holden himself, after accepting the Democratic nomination for the congressional race for District 19. He says now his focus moving forward is the next 70 days, hoping to beat out incumbent Francis Rooney. Right now, Hurricane Florence making her way to the East Coast. You can see the plane here. According to investigators, the landing happened near mile marker 30 on Alligator Alley. Several investigators do remain on scene, though, investigating the house that's right behind me. Let me step out of the way so you can see what's going on here. That's between that area you were talking about. Still a very heavy police presence here, as you said. They're going to be here all night, as a matter of fact. If I could count right now, there are at least 10 to 15 patrol cars. Not only was the tree uprooted, but it took the cement with it. You can definitely see the effects these last 2 days of rain has had in Cape Coral. While in there, they were talking about solutions. Right outside, there are no swimming signs at the beach and algae overtaking the beach here at the Cape Coral Yacht Club. LaBelle is the epicenter for green water right now, so we came to the LaBelle City Wharf to see for ourselves. The green water is still very visible here. Kurt assembled this little contraption here. It's a tube on a stick. Here we go.
Maybe get a little under the blue.
We're waiting for a vice presidential visit this afternoon. You see some police going through here. There's going to be a lot of police presence later. Pedestrian bridge would be over this crosswalk on Estero Boulevard that's usually monitored by deputies during the busy season. Oh, this is little Yuri. He's a 6-year-old Maine Coon. He's not feeling too good. He has this injury on his shoulder here. Deputies say it was a drive-by. Just imagine one car shooting at another on this street. Hours left until Labor Day weekend, and businesses are trying to make up the money lost because of red tide and fish kills. But first, let's get a check on the weather with Storm Shield 4's Danny Beckstrom. Hey, Danny. How's it going? You can see the officers got some trendy new backpacks. What's that? A Spider-Man one? And
Shopkins. Well, you would never guess that a sergeant would be into Shopkins like that. Just like my 7-year-old daughter.
Yeah, I was like looking at it real close. I'm like, are those Care Bears? What is that?
Shopkins.
It's just unlivable almost. The smell actually finds its way in the house.
This isn't a sewer. It's the Coral Point Canal. Blue-green algae's been building up here over the last few days, and neighbors want to get rid of it, telling me it's inches thick.
The other day there was an iguana just walking across the canal on top of the algae.
An iguana walking on water.
Walking on water.
Steve Martin invited my photographer Kurt Tremper and me into his backyard to grab a sample to help him get a better understanding of what this blue-green goop is. Kurt assembled this little contraption here. It's a tube on a stick. Here we go.
Maybe get a little under the blue.
We took that algae sample to Dr. Mike Parsons at FGCU's Vester Field Station, where he put it under a microscope.
Yeah, so you can see these kind of big clumps.
Just from looking at the sample, he can tell this is the same blue-green algae we've seen floating down the Caloosahatchee River, not a different bacteria. And he says its cells are dying. To answer some questions Steve had.
Is it toxic? Is it only the water? Is it airborne?
Dr. Parsons says this algae can produce toxins, but they're not airborne unless they're moving with small water droplets.
If you feel the spray coming off of it and you breathe that, and you could breathe in the toxins.
As for getting rid of it, Dr. Parsons says it should be removed, but it'll take some serious manpower and almost impossible for a homeowner to do themselves.
You'd probably need some really big nets or booms like they use for oil spills.
Slides and then jungle gyms like this one right here. They're ideas straight from the minds of kids who go to the Stars Complex. They're now reality, and people who helped build this park tell me it's projects like these that can help change lives. For decades, Dunbar's legacy of being pushed to the other side of the tracks has meant frequent struggles with violence, despite the community's earnest efforts to stop it. But a violence-free zone isn't always reality. Just last month, 2 people were shot in the parking lot at the Stars Complex, a community center kids go to after school, the most recent shooting of many in the area.
They poured concrete over there already?
Magic Benton tells me he wasn't surprised to hear about the shooting.
What were your feelings? Because there's kids here. What were your feelings?
Like a deja vu. Honestly, it's been going on for a long time. Well, you wanted to go over the edge?
That's why he's trying to make a difference. He, along with 200 other volunteers, partnered with Target and a nonprofit group called Kaboom to build this new playground for the complex, They say the old one was outdated and unsafe, so volunteers wanted to literally hit the ground as soon as they could.
I've been mulching since about 8:30, got here at 6:30 this morning.
The cool part is the kids who come to the Stars complex designed the playground.
The bridge part is a part that I saw in a lot of different drawings.
They want kids to know if they can design a playground, they can design their destiny.
They have visions, they have dreams, and it's our job to help them get to those visions and dreams.
Magic says the park is going to give kids a safe place to play.
To help these kids, to give these kids an avenue to do other things, to escape some of the reality of this neighborhood.
And hopes it sparks more projects like after-school programs.
Wow!
We asked the kids what they thought about their new park.
I like the colors. I like how they rebuilt the border around it.
I like the monkey bars and the jungle gym.
You won't get bored of it, and I like how it looks.
Well, you can see they're still doing a little bit of building here, but cement should be settled soon, and the park will be open for play on Tuesday. Reporting in Fort Myers, SamCSosa, Fox 4 in your corner.